visit to the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park in Accra is always a profound experience for Samia Nkrumah. Her father became Black Africa's first independent leader in 1957. Many referred to him as Osajefo or Savior in the local Akan language.
I feel very strong whenever I come here, you know. Osajefo used to say that nothing is impossible. And in fact, that politics, rather, is the art of the possible. The unthinkable today is the reality tomorrow. So may we be guided with that love, that abundant love and sacrifice and hope and service to your people.
The Memorial Park is one of Ghana's main attractions. After 2 previous burials, Nkrumah was finally laid to rest in a mausoleum here in 1992. Ghana's independence inspired a wave of liberation struggles across Africa, which had been under colonial rule and slavery for centuries. Many people also identified with Nkrumah's calls for Pan-Africanism.
I am convinced that it is dangerous for the independent African state to wait any longer for the United Kingdom to do its duty. The time has come for the independent African states to take the initiative in their own hands.
Though the charismatic socialist had good ideas, there were many factors against him, like poor economic leadership, which led to a coup in 1966 when Nkrumah was on a state visit to Beijing. He then went into exile in Guinea, where he died of cancer in 1972. His widow Fathia and Samia, who is seen here in a blue dress with her brothers, finally returned home in 1975 after a government decision was made to honor Nkrumah. After Nkrumah, corrupt military and civilian governments killed the dreams many had at independence, driving the country into poverty despite its gold and cocoa exports. In 1979, Flight Lieutenant Jerry Rawlings overthrew the military government. 2 years later, he did the same to the civilian government that came in after. He became president until John Kufuor took over in 2000. Under his 8-year leadership, Ghana's economy grew at a steady rate of 6%. So far, current President John Atta Mills has been praised for tackling corruption. Ghana is seen as one of West Africa's most attractive investment destinations today because of its political stability and prospects of oil revenue. To celebrate its achievements over the years, Ghana recently marked 53 years of independence and what would have been Nkrumah's 100th birthday in March.
Over the decades, scores of Ghanaians have contributed to making Ghana what it is today. Now is our time as leaders and you young people as future leaders to contribute our quota to nation building.
While Ghana's history was being shaped, Samia was busy completing her studies in the UK and Rome. The journalist returned home in 2007 to contest in the country's general elections. She's now the Member of Parliament for the country's Western Jomoro constituency, and through her father's convention People's Party, hopes to start an effective Pan-Africanist movement.
There's something in what we call Nkrumahism, in Kwame Nkrumah's political thought, that is relevant for every African and every Ghanaian, I believe. So we want to revive those principles, you know. We need to revive them for our economic survival.
Samia was only 12 years old when her father died, but has fond memories of him.
This is one of the famous pictures, and actually one of the few pictures that have survived, because of course after the coup, I mean, we left Ghana with nothing, basically. But anyway, this picture is our father taking us down the steps, going to the garden of Flagstaff House. And he used to do that from time to time on his way to a function or to work or to an event. We will escort him down the steps to the garden.
Kwame Nkrumah has become one of the most iconic people of the 20th century, celebrated the world over for his fight for freedom and efforts to unify the continent. Perhaps African leaders can borrow from some of his past teachings and also learn from the mistakes he once made as they too try to perfect the political systems in their countries today.